Lions taking on the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are +3 right now, which is pretty good for the Lions to have the advantage going in on the road. They're leaving today to go to Carolina due to weather. Braylon, as a player, when something like that happens, does it screw up your routine, or is it just, all right, we just move on?
I think it can, but not in situations like this. Because right now, the Lions are locked into one thing, and that's getting to the playoffs. It's a very real thing there. When we do the Braylon Edwards top 10, somebody might have made the top 10 for the first time. But when you look at where the Detroit Lions are, when you look at what they're accomplishing, when you look at now every game they're expected to win, even if they're playing Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota, they're not worried about the snow. They're not worried about their schedule being off to any record. Like, they are making sure they do what they have to do. They can squeeze it in, figure it out. Because the Lions are a real deal. They're a real threat, and they've been continuing to get better week after week.
Let me ask you something, Bray, as a former player. Holiday season comes out. You know, it's once a year. It comes really quick, and it leaves really quick. Does it, when you're on the road especially, do the coaches like give you a break a little bit to try to be with the family around Christmas? I know this weekend everyone is, you know, in the same boat. Most of the games are on Christmas Eve. You got 3 games on Christmas Day, and then you got a day after. You got the Monday night game. How does it work around the holiday season? That's got to stick in your craw a little bit as a player.
Yeah, it's never fun. You know, it's never fun. Like, even like the Thanksgiving games are like, you know.
Yeah, there's another one.
You play them, but it's like you really want to be home with the family. That's, that's why you really want the early game. Like on Thanksgiving or the holidays, you want the early game.
And you want to be home.
You want to be home, and you want the early game.
Let's talk about some snubbage going on for the Detroit Lions.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Well,
Who got snubbed?
Right? It's Pro Bowl.
Who got snubbed?
Well, the fact that there's only one Lion that made the Pro Bowl.
They're 7-7.
Okay.
Like, hold on.
So that means
hold on. Stick. Before you get angry, relax. You're an analyst right now. You're not a Lions fan. You're an analyst.
All right. I'm gonna pull up who's on it.
No. You have to think about it like this. Okay. The Pro Bowl voting, if you will, it starts at season 1, and it pretty much stops. Starts at week 1, and pretty much stops around week 11.
Okay.
It's done. If you look at where the Detroit Lions were for the first 7 weeks of the season, nobody was paying them attention. Now, on their rise, on their ascension, they have balled the hell out. But it's kind of too late as it relates to Pro Bowl voting. So just take that little bit with you before you get angry.
It's not that I'm angry. It's just it's a
who got snubbed?
As expected. As expected.
Who got snubbed?
The fact that we only have one lineman, the Lions only have one lineman.
None of them were healthy all year.
Hey,
no linemen play. They rotated all season.
He's their best lineman, right?
Taylor Decker hurt for a couple games, then he comes back. Panay Sewell never hurt, but he leads the league in penalties, if you will, for a right tackle. And then Frank Ragnow, he missed a lot of games and still made the Pro Bowl. So if you look at it from the offensive line standpoint, a lot of games missed for the offensive lineman for Detroit Lions.
Did you see how they gave Frank Ragnow the news?
No.
We have it for you.
Yeah, let me see this, because it was cool when Ron Rivera did it for Washington. So let's see what they did for Frank.
Thank you to DetroitLions.com.
And look, man, Frank, you're a damn good player. I think everybody in this building knows that. I think everybody else in this building knows that you're ultimate Iron Man. You're all grit. You're all grit, man. And you're everything we're about as a football team. But also everybody outside the building seeing that too, and that's why you've been elected to the Pro Bowl.
Oh,
man, so congratulations.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely gorgeous, man.
Thank you.
Right.
Congrats, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Yep, good work, bud.
Wow.
Yeah, proud of you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, brother.
That's it? No speech? No nothing? No? No?
You can. Yeah, like.
Aww.
See, I appreciate Frank Ragnow's response, because I feel like they're doing too much now with like every piece of information they're passing off. There was no reason to do all of that for Frank Ragnow making the Pro Bowl. You're talking about a guy that's the second highest paid center in the NFL. He had a good year, but guess what? When you pay someone like that, he's supposed to. Like, I remember when I made the Pro Bowl, they just came in and was like, yo, this who made the Pro Bowl this year. Braylon, Kellen, Derek, Josh Cribbs, Joe Thomas. Good stuff, fellas. All right, so on to
yeah. So
it's like the one with the.
And what's more interesting too is the Pro Bowl's not the Pro. They're not even playing anymore. It's like a flag football.
Flag football and
Pro Bowl
skills challenge.
games.
So it's more just a pat on the head at this point, right?
But at the same time, you still want to make the Pro Bowl because you still want that acknowledgement. You still add and tally those things up. So when you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pro Bowls, that still matters.